And of course, I will be the first person of the evening to fail to unmute myself, won't I? I hope everybody's all right and the energy levels are still going. It's I know it's quite hard to sit and listen to us all, but I am really pleased. Thank you so much for inviting me and giving me the chance to speak to everybody, because my name is indeed Lindsay Hughes, and I have been the headmistress of Channing since September for a whole 6 months. So I wanted to introduce you to me and to the school, of which I am so proud. The school strapline that we use on all of our marketing equipment is girls enjoying success. And in fact, it was initially that 3-word phrase that drew me to apply for the role, because I knew Channing by reputation. And that idea of girls enjoying success really chimed with my personal vision of education, that I've heard another colleague speak this evening, happy girls learn best. It is absolutely true that without good well-being, we can have no good learning. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the significance of those 3 words and what they mean for us here at Channing. The first is, of course, girls. I believe passionately in the power and the importance of an all-girls education. I think it's vital that our girls grow into young women in an environment where they are free from stereotypes and are able to find and develop their talents and interests to the full. And I thought that Jane Gandhi at St. Swithin's put that really beautifully as well. The enjoying bit, well, that's probably the bit I believe in most, because I love coming to school. Channing is a place full of laughter and smiles. There is a real joy here that comes from a shared purpose, and that's a really powerful thing too. And I talk a lot about the importance of our girls and our young women enjoying getting to know themselves. I've talked a little bit about, finding and developing their talents, but also they need to understand, celebrate their strengths, not brush off compliments, but rather to acknowledge the fruits of their hard work, which deserve praise. They need to learn to blow their own trumpet. But they also need to learn self-compassion. In the words of a well-known supermarket, be good to yourself. Girls are often very, very good at supporting and encouraging their friends when times are tough. They'll say to them, it's just a blip, you're fabulous, you're going to be great. But they sometimes find it hard to do that to themselves. And so I think that's really important as a skill, an attribute that we develop here at Channing. And of course, success. Here at Channing, we have lots of the headlines which prospective parents like to see. We have fabulous A-level results, 32.2% at A-star last year, 95% A-star to B. Wonderful GCSE results, 67% 8 to 9s, that's the old A-stars. And last summer, despite the A-level results fiasco, we had more than 12% of the girls who applied to university went to Oxford and Cambridge. A number also went to medical school, but that's not just what Channing is about. It is about success as each girl defines it. So we also have girls who go to do art foundation courses, international relations, robotics, languages. My favourite is the student who went off to study musical theatre at the Erdang College of Dance, because we are a school where girls are enjoying their success without undue pressure. And that's where Channing is not what you might expect from a North London girls' private school. There is none of the cutthroat competition, the sharp elbows, which characterise academic pressure in some other places. The focus here really is on the individual, which is a direct result of our Unitarian tradition, which could be perceived as comfy or cozy, but far from it. Our students are highly personally ambitious, and our staff support them in that. And we're really proud of our outstanding pastoral care. Every girl is known and looked after, but we'd be doing it doing them a disservice if we made things too easy for them. In the words of our founder, Matilda Sharp, never forget life expects much of you and me, which is emblazoned on Founders Hall here at Channing. And I think of that as an encouragement rather than an admonishment. I talk a lot in school about the importance of being 10% braver. In fact, I even carry it around on my lanyard. I read a book recently, or a few years ago now, but by Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In, which I'm sure many of you know of. And in it, she asked the question, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? And I found that a very unhelpful question, because the answer is, if we weren't afraid, we could do anything. But the reality is there is fear, nerves about taking a leap, trying something new, putting yourself out there. And then I came across an organization called Women Ed, which does exactly what it says. It's about women in educational leadership. And they say, what would you do if you were 10% braver? And that, I think, is just what we need. It's not about conquering our fear. It's just nudging us to be a little bit braver, to try something, take a risk, stick your hand up when you don't know the answer, go to a new club where you might be rubbish at it, but you're going to give it a go anyway. And so our school motto at Channing is Con Abor, I shall try, which could not be more appropriate given that I arrived here believing so strongly in that as an attribute. Now, I mentioned earlier our Unitarian tradition. It's not well known, but it is distinctive. And in fact, our school was founded by two sisters 135 years ago and named after William Ellery Channing, a leading Unitarian. And the ethos means that we are open to ideas, able to engage critically with them, active in society and interested in the world. And the Channing Promise, which is written every year by our students and printed in their homework diary, is at its heart about kindness, respect, and tolerance. And those attributes, I think, together with the self-belief I talked about earlier and our 10% braver idea, is a potent combination for the 21st century. My aim is that our students leave able to take all that life can throw at them. Our alumni are found in all walks of life, including football reporter Amy Lawrence, Metropolitan Police Detective Superintendent Tor Garnett, just two examples of women breaking boundaries and challenging stereotypes. But of course, before we talk about what your daughters will do when they leave Channing, they do need to start here. So in terms of the practical stuff, we're just up the road from you in Highgate. There is, in fact, a direct bus from the Highbury and Islington station. We have 100 places in year 7, of which about 45 go to our own junior school. So we have 55 places each year for external candidates. And we interview everyone who applies, which, along with our Unitarian ethos, is an opportunity to get to know the girls behind the results, because test scores aren't everything. And of course, we get a reference from the school. And I'm really pleased to say you can book onto a virtual open day now in May or in June by going to our website, that's channing.co.uk. And we are hoping to hold a real event of some sort in the first week of July as well. We will let you know. You'll find more details on our website if we are able to do that. But at a virtual open day, it's still pretty good. You get a live Q&A from me and from key members of the teaching staff, so you can ask us your questions, a 360-degree interactive tour, a virtual tour from our students who will talk to you about their experience too, an art gallery, musical showpieces, introductions from our heads of departments, all of Channing's life encapsulated in one virtual experience. So I really hope that you will take the time to come and meet us virtually, and I hope that we will see you in person as soon as we are able to do so. And that's me done. Thank you so much.